This is a brand new 2024 BMW iX1 eDrive 20. Now this car is the entry-level version to the iX1 range. There's also a bigger battery with four-wheel drive called eDrive 30. Now this car has 204 horsepower and around 250 Newton meters of torque. Does 0 to 60 in around 8.5 seconds. Believe me, it feels faster. And also this car is M Sport specs. You can see the more aggressive look at the front, and also has those traditional BMW kiddie grills with the sensors for the drive aid systems in the middle, and it looks absolutely fantastic from the front. Now, especially in this black paint. Now if you move down the side, you see that this car has the 18-inch alloy wheels, which look absolutely fantastic as well. And also this car is actually ideal with the wheel size of this, because it's actually very comfortable over bumps, even with the M Sport suspension. Now you get this large door mirrors with indicators in there, and they look nice as well. You get the M Sport badging there, and the side profile of this car is actually very sporty. If you look at it from the side, it looks like a large car than it actually is. You can actually mistake it for the X3 as well, which is a larger SUV sibling in the BMW range. You also get flush door handles for improved aerodynamics. You can open them like this, put your hand in there, boom, just like that. Makes a nice sound when closing as well. And at the back you got this taillights, 3D effect, and they look again absolutely fantastic. And down at the bottom you have a bit of fakery, but it actually looks really nice. I'll forgive you for that. And BMW badge with the proud blue ring indicating this electric vehicle. iX1 I again blue, eDrive 20, and a rear roof spoiler as well, adding to that sporty look. Quite steep, raked. Rear windscreen visibility is a bit limited, more on that later, but it looks really cool. And on this side you have the charging as well, like traditional petrol car, because this is actually based on the normal X1, which is petrol or diesel. And press this, opens up right up, easy charging on the top, DC charging on the bottom. Fairly simple, no issues there. Closes right back. And yeah, overall this is a really nice looking car. And if you are to buy an X1 or an iX1, just go for the M Sport trim, because it adds heaps and heaps of sportiness, design and feelings of quality to this car. Being an electric car, obviously this car has no engine, so under this huge bonnet, obviously there should be storage front boot, like on every Tesla. Well, if you think that, you're in for a surprise. If you lift this heavy thing up, you see that you have nothing. Now this area is taken up by this rather large cover, and underneath is also battery, electrical wires, and things. And also you have your washer fluid input there. And yeah, basically you have absolutely no storage. So I don't know why they let us open this, because if I close this, on a BMW iX, you can't open the bonnet and the washer fluid. You just press the BMW logo, that opens up, and you put your washer fluid in there. I don't know why they just didn't do that, because obviously there's no point in installing an opening mechanism for this, and just yeah, no point. Can't see why they did that. Here we are at the back of the iX1. Now you can see the camera is right there, and unlike some cars, it's not lowered down, so it doesn't really get dirty. You don't often have to dirty your fingers in order to clean it. Now to open the boot, the boot leads there. You just go there, press once, and the boot opens itself. Now through the infotainment system you can actually adjust the height that you want the boot to open. Now this is the highest setting. You can change the setting to around here. This is very low, and now here you can see the boot has a few bits and bobs inside it just to illustrate the space. Also the charging cable, now you can see that is a fairly large boot. Now if I just move this out of the way, this gets in the corner. Now you can have many boxes like this. Also currently the rear seats are in the reclined position. Now if they are further straight up, then you have a bit more space here. Also you have netting here, some bits and bobs there. You also have the first aid kit from the car in there. You also have some underfloor storage here, which is actually perfect for the car's charging cables to be stored in, and then they don't take up any space in your boot. Overall though, it's a very large boot and it fits quite a lot of stuff. You know, again, it's surprising for a car the size of an X1. And another thing, now if you come around me here and you come around to these flush door handles are streamlined, open it like this. Now once open, these seats actually fold down, which further adds to your space. So let's do it. You just pull that and you don't even have to push the seat. Now all three seats fold down, and then you have this pretty much flat space throughout the front. Now the front row seat is quite low down and back because I'm sitting in it, but if a normal sized person is sitting in it, then you know it's forwards and there's even more space for your stuff. As you can see, that is a normal upright position of the seat. That is the reclined version, and there's that bit of space does make a difference if you know you need to carry that one extra suitcase, or your child is being like my little brother and insisting on carrying that one thing they don't actually have space for. But you can do that, ask him to sacrifice a bit of his comfort so that you can get his thing in there nicely and safely. So inside here, when you get in, the first thing you notice is the huge bonnet, you know, stretching out in front of you with those muscular creases, making it look especially, you know, gigantic and enormous. And essentially don't expect that to be the case for an entry-level SUV in the BMW range, namely the X1. But yeah, it is like that, and it, you know, it feels much bigger from inside than its size is on the outside. And then once you look at the rest of the cabin, you know, you see the smart steering wheel. This is the M Sport version, so it has the M Sport steering wheel, really beautiful design. And then you see this beautiful twin screen display with the main infotainment system being touch screen, and the digital dials there that change depending on the view you have. So if you have, for example, if you have efficient, then they go like this to, you know, encourage efficient driving. And also if you have, for example, let's say let's go back, and let's say if you have digital art, then they go like this, and so on and so forth. Also the quality in this interior, especially places that you touch, is really impressive. This two-tone color really suits in, the really nice stitching, soft touch up here, you know, and this is a really sturdy, really feels sturdy like that. The speaker covers are nice. Only when you do get low down places that you're not likely to see or touch that the quality is a bit behind, but that really doesn't matter. Then the center dashboard display is sort of angled towards the driver. This is a BMW trademark for a long time now, and you have this aluminium on this particular car. You can have this in piano black and other options as well. And then you can see this car has the M Sport seats as well, which are really comfortable, very nice. You can have lumbar support there, you can extend that if you want to. And then you have the center console. You have two cup holders there, storage for your phone or phones. Yeah, selected there. You have shortcuts for the infotainment system, and also your auto hold and your parking there. You have this for your music. You have your volume control. See, there you go. And you have your hazard light button as well, and then there's your parking. And then this is sort of a floating I don't know if you can see, you have more storage down there. So it's empty below here, but you have more storage, which adds to the practicality of this car. Also in this interior, you also have storage under the central armrest here. However, there is an issue with that, as you will see. Now, BMWs are made in Germany. It's a left-hand drive market, and so this when they switched the interior over to obviously in the UK, the right-hand side, they didn't bother to switch this. So look at this. I open this and it opens on that side as if the driver is there. Now this is ideal for the passenger, but for the driver, you know, it's not much of an issue, but you do have sort of like to reach around, and it doesn't look cohesive. I mean, the rest of the interior is perfectly switched over, everything's angled perfectly. This is the one thing that stands out, that lets you know that, you know, it's not actually made for this market. So yeah, it's just one of those things. You also have two USB-C charging ports in the front, one's being used, but you also have a traditional 12-volt socket there, so you can also use that as well to do your charging. And also there's a glove box, so you open it like this, and it's perfect for some storage. You know, right now there's wet wipes and some gloves and a comb in there. The owners likes to keep very neat, and also the car's you know, manual and guidebook in there, so that's decent storage. There's still some more space, and it's nicely damped as well. It makes nice sound when closing. Now, just to you know, demonstrate that storage further, I have two bottles here. They're half-liter bottles, and they fit comfortably in the cup holders. And even when you're driving, you know, when you're accelerating, cornering, they don't rattle about much. They're there comfortably. You can fit bigger stuff, but it's not that small stuff you know, moves around like this. No, that's not the case. And this storage is perfect for your phone. It's sort of lined with lines, and so your phone doesn't rattle about either. One small issue that does arise, when the other journalists have mentioned a lot, with this kind of not just this, any new BMW interior, is that the climate controls are touchscreen only with them. But I don't think that's such of an issue, because as you see, this line right there, that's always there, so you can you know, heated seats and temperature, you can just do it instantly pretty much. But even then, if you need to go on the screen, you just press that. Incredibly responsive, and then all you need to do is there. Or even if you can't be bothered with the screen, all you can do is press this button on the steering wheel here. Hey BMW.
Good morning. What can I help you with?
I'm too hot.
The temperature is already set as low as possible. It will be more comfortable shortly.
So there you go. I mean, if it was cold, I would say I'm hot, and it'll change the temperature. Right now it's already, as I said, on low. I can also tell it to turn on my heated seats. I can tell it to okay, let's just do it. Hey BMW.
Good morning. What can I help you with?
Take me to Birmingham Airport.
Great. Birmingham Airport, Concord Road is our next destination.
See, there you go. That's just amazing, and it works every single time. The feature that I particularly like are these lights. So in the rear they're the same. You just sort of swipe your finger over it, you don't press it, and it turns on. Turn it off, just swipe your finger across, and there you go. And it works every single time, and that's a nice sort of touch. Futuristic, but not too futuristic as that it doesn't work or is impractical. Also, you can change the displays on the digital driver screen without changing the mode. You're using this button on the steering wheel. You can cycle to the menus, show you different things. You know, this is just focusing on your speed. You know, this is showing you your efficiency. You know, this is showing you your range, and this is your sensors. I mean, this is a compass, presume, and you have map on. This shows you directions in front of you, so you don't have to look there. So in fact, in my opinion, I believe these screens are actually safer And then the older cars, for directions, you had to look on your phone, which would be there or there. This just shows you in the middle, right there, and you can cycle through all these settings as well. Now this car has various drive modes that you can access through my modes here. You just press it, and then on the screen, so you have personal, efficient, expressive, relax, digital lock. But right now we're going to put it into sport, and once it goes into sport, the digital display changes, and the steering feels heavier, the pickup is much better, and the car just goes. Yeah, that was absolutely amazing the way it went through there. Also, when you go into my modes, and because this is the M Sport with the adaptive dampers and stuff, you can go to settings on sport, and then you can choose your own, like the steering. You can put the steering in comfort while you have the driving dynamics in sport or whatever. You can play around with the settings to suit you. And so some people don't like to, because when you put in sport, the steering gets slightly heavier. When you put that the steering as in comfort, steering is light, but the drivetrain response, acceleration is still the same as it would be in sport. So whatever suits you, you can adapt it to your needs. And also in efficient, you have maximum range. So if you activate maximum range, it limits the top speed to 60. Let's do it right now. So currently it's showing 139 miles of range with 54% battery remaining. But if we go into maximum range, activate maximum range, it said I will add approximately 25 miles but reduce drive power and comfort functions. What that basically means is climate control is turned off, top speed is limited, but you do get more range. So if you're running low and you need to, the charging point is further than what the car is showing, you can do that, and then you can have the peace of mind to get there in ease. And this being the M Sport Spec car, you have many functions. Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, that's standard. But for use when you're charging, or just when you're pootling around, just while you're stationary, you can go on air console games, and then you can play all sorts of various games. You can also connect your phone as a controller on these games, so that it's more interactive. So you can connect your phone as a controller there. But you also have games, I'll show you in a bit, where you can just play using the screen. So this game here, for example, Candy Blast, if I go on that, it's like a version of Candy Crush, and you can just play it using the screen, and the screen is incredibly responsive. See, I've covered all these levels already, but screen is incredibly responsive, responds every single time you touch, and so playing it is not a hassle at all. In fact, it's actually enjoyable. And also while you're charging, you go on the application called Video, and then you have also TV shows, movies, channels. You can watch, if you have kids, you can watch cartoons, and as you can see, they're all like famous movies, not just knockoffs. They're Hollywood blockbusters and all sort of things. So you can enjoy yourself to your heart's content. And another cool feature, right now, if you can see in the digital driver's display, there's a path showing at the back of the car with those little arrows. Now that's the path I took in coming into the parking. So now if I go into parking here, the parking menu comes up, and if I do start reversing assistant, right, it says select reverse gear, bam, and now the car is doing the steering on its own. Now this is very scary, because what I'm thinking is it's going to knock the car in front, but see that I'm not doing the steering at all. I'm just controlling the accelerator and the brakes. That's it. End of route, take control of vehicle. Now this is absolutely amazing. And the function that I just showed you can do it for up to 50 meters. So let's say you're in a parking garage, and there's tight space, and a car comes from front, but maneuvering back is hard because there's obstacles and corners and things like that. You can just do this, and for 50 meters, all you need to do is control the accelerator and brake, and the car will do the steering for you. Isn't that wonderful? Also, as you can see, this is a P sign there for parking, and it says searching. Now, if you turn that on, and even if, for example, let's say a supermarket car park, you're driving past, the car will tell you that there's a parking space where you can go, and then it will accelerate, brake, and steer itself into that parking space, be it forwards, backwards, or even parallel. Now, I've seen that working. Here, because I'm in a residential area, the markings are not that clear. If they were that clear, it would do it. And it parks. It's remarkable, and it does it so fast. I mean, inside you're thinking, oh my god, it's gonna hit the wing mirror, it's gonna hit the front corner, but it's amazing technology, amazing technology. Now, for example, I've moved a bit and it says start reverse parking. If I press that, now it's doing everything by itself. I am not steering it, and I'm not pressing the brake or the accelerator. As you can see, the camera quality is very, very clear now. I don't know if the camera is showing this or not, but I can see everything. I could actually literally count the amount of leaves on that bush back there. And also you have a few different things. You can go on panorama view, and that's even wider now. I can count even more. I can now even count the flowers. You can also go into parking view, which is like this, and the sensors on the side, or assist view, which just zooms out the centers so you can see it just a bit more. There's not much of a difference between parking view and assist view, but panorama view is sometimes really useful. Here in the back seat of the BMW iX1 eDrive 20, first things first, headroom is surprisingly good. It's better than my Vauxhall Zafira Tower that I reviewed a while ago. My head actually used to bang on the roof if I sat up straight, but here I have loads of headroom. Also knee room. Now the front seat, I can actually sit in that front seat and travel comfortably, and I can also sit behind this seat with no problem, because you can just do that and then your legs are fine. Also, the seats are quite high up, so you can actually put your feet under the seat for more comfort as well. You also have this sort of grab handle, which is actually works better than the front one, because this is in a better position for you to easily grab. The front one you have to do this, but for here, easily grabbable and sturdy, and it's actually better than using the top one for grabbing. And also, as I mentioned, lights work the same way as in the front. You just swipe, boom, and it's off. Also, the red and black theme continues back here, and it looks absolutely gorgeous, very, very gorgeous. What's not so gorgeous is that the quality here is not as good as in the front. In the front you have leather on the door sills, but here it's not cheap and nasty, but it's not as good as the front. This part also not as good as the front, but low down, really cheap and nasty. That's understandable. This is, after all, an X1. And overall though, the quality feel, the seats, and the way you sit, reclined seats, absolutely amazing. However, one thing that's not so amazing is that, watch, rear windows don't go all the way down. And if you're like me, I like to sit like you know what I mean, and with this I can't do that. Another thing which a lot of journalists complain about is these exposed cup holders. They're like, oh no, if you put your elbow in there, oh, it's gonna hurt. Why would you put your elbow there? Like, why? Put your elbow here, your hands like that, and it's absolutely fine. It's very comfortable. And if there's two people in the back, this is a good way for you to rest your arms and place your drinks. I don't know, that's just, some people just look for ways to complain, to videos or whatever, but this is not really an issue at all. What are the issues? I've told you some of them, I will tell you more, but these are not the issue. Another annoying feature is that, especially on a hot, beautiful day like this, having just two vents in the center is not sufficient, because those, although they do something, ideally there should have been one vent there and another vent on that side, just to keep the temperature, because in the back it does get really, really hot sometimes, and the weather's only going to get hotter, so that's going to get worse. So yeah, that should have been should have been Wednesday. I don't know why I didn't do that. And when you start the car, it displays some interesting graphics. Have a look. So like that, I don't know if you could hear that, but it sort of welcomes you inside the car. And then to put it into gear, you have the small toggle switch right here. You just put it at the back like that. Now it's in drive, and now well, you can drive, and as soon as the car passes, that's what we will do. There you go. And instantly you can see that this car is comfortable, because I was on a raised ledge, and as the car came down, I hardly could feel anything. And secondly, as soon as you put your foot down, yeah, you get pushed back into, see, this was not in sports mode, you get pushed back into your seat, and you really, you know, feel the car moving and sort of leaping forward like a hungry cheetah that's seen its prey, which is a good feature. Also, visibility, as you can see right there, that was a bit of a tight spot, but visibility is really good. You have a big windscreen up front, huge door mirrors for a car this size, and you also have good visibility from the back as well. So another feature is, you can see this button here called boost. What this does is, if you press that for 10 seconds, it will take the rev count thing up to 100%. So for 10 seconds, no matter how you input the accelerator, how much, it will give you peak power and peak torque. Now, driving the iX1, I've already done some videos, you know, highlighting the performance and the acceleration and the pickup and all that. But overall, this car is very comfortable to drive, you know. Visibility is good. Steering, even in sports mode, is very light, you know, you don't get tired. So for me, I wouldn't do the comfort steering, the individual settings as I showed earlier. And yeah, this car is a hoot to drive. Motorway travel is fairly easy, relaxing, you know, no noise. Well, noise does come, but it's not intrusive. I mean, I've traveled on a motorway in a Renault Clio, a Vauxhall Zafira, even a VW Golf, and even a Toyota. Yeah, as I was saying, they're not nearly as comfortable as this. The pickup is absolutely fantastic, great, and yeah, there's nothing really negative to say apart from the fact that well, charging range could be better. I mean, they quote around up to 280 to 90 miles of range, but especially this car, so far we've taken on the motorway a few times, we're driving around town, and the maximum it does around town is around 220 before it needs charging again, which is fine. No electric car does as much as its makers claim. However, it should be close. I mean, 220 versus the claim 280. That's, in my opinion, that's too big of a gulf. Shouldn't be that big, and especially on the motorways, it's not particularly efficient in its use of battery. That being said, I really love this car, enjoy having it, and the range being a minor issue, I find nothing with it. And that brings me on to my verdict, which is that to give this car solid 9.5 out of 10. Definitely recommend it. It's expensive, £55,000 for this M Sport car, but it's definitely worth it, especially if you're looking for an electric car. You don't want to break the bank on a Tesla, and you don't want something as small as a Tesla Model 3, which is affordable. You want something good looking with nice technology, SUV also. And yeah, I would definitely recommend this to everyone. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and stay tuned for more content coming very soon. And please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. See you next time. Goodbye.